Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and today I would like to share some more Christmas inspiration with you. This time I'm going to use the Houndstooth background, which is from the previous release, and a couple of sentiments from different stem sets. So here I'm starting out with the Houndstooth background and the Clean and Simple Christmas set. First of all, I'm going to stamp a few backgrounds. This is what I normally do when I use a background stamp. I can't just stamp one. I need to see it in many different colors. And today I actually didn't have an idea what color combination I would want to go for. But pink is always, like a light pink is always good for Christmas in my eyes anyway. So I started with that. And this one is from Pink Flash Studio. I believe it's called Ballet Slipper, but I will check and add everything in the description, all products that I've used. The next one will be actually probably one of my favorites, a black one. This is from the ink pad is from Altenew. It's their I think it's either a hybrid or a pigment ink. It stamps so well. I could have left it just at one stamped image, but I stamped it twice anyway. It's a really juicy pad and it's just wonderful. Now this one here is I think it's actually, I showed you what it was called, but now I don't remember. Citrine, maybe, from the stamp market. It's a wonderful yellowish green. And then this one is blush, also from the stamp market. This one is a light, a blush color. I did stamp some of them twice, some of them, I think the Pink Fresh Pink, probably even 4 times, because that's very light. And now I have a red one, which is my favorite red ink pad from Altenew. It's called Heartbeat. And I'm just going with this color combination today. And it's not something I would normally go for, to be honest, but they worked fine together, I think. So once I'm done with the panels, I'm just going to start turning them into cards. The first one here, I trimmed it down a little, and now I'm adding a sentiment from the Clean and Simple Christmas stamp set. It says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I double stamped this. I didn't really need to, but I don't know, for some reason I like to double stamp everything. And now I'm adding some Lina Solar White cardstock to my card base, because this is a nicer white. And this card, actually all these cards are standard A2 size cards, so 5.5 by 4.25 inch. And as I said, I trimmed down the stamped panel, and I'm now going to add a bit of foam, craft foam to it, and pop it up. Next, I used some dies from, I think this is from the stamp market. I will check what the name of this die set is. I assume something with Poinsettia. And I think this is from a few years ago, this die. It's quite large. I don't normally use it. I don't normally use the biggest shape, but this time I felt like I have plenty of space, so I might as well use it. And I die cut them from 2 different cardstock, red and kind of like blush. I think that's also stamp market cardstock. And then from Citrine, I got the leaves. And basically this is it. I just fluff it up so that you have some dimension, and that's it. And I added some enamel dots in the middle of the flower. Now with the black one, I'm just adhering it onto my card base, then trim it down. And I used some basic spellbinder circle dies to cut two sizes. The smaller one is white, that's going to be for my sentiment, and then I have a blush for like just so that I have a bit of contrast there between the background and the sentiment circle. So that's what I'm stamping now. And I will add, this is also a very, very simple card. I will just add some cardstock behind this. So basically I die cut another circle the same size, just because I want to add some foam to this, and the Nina cardstock that I have is only 80 pounds, so it's not a very heavy cardstock. I don't like when it's flimsy, so I just die cut another circle from a heavier weight cardstock. And now to finish off the card, I'm just adding some die cuts. These are from My Favorite Things, I think, and they are probably called holly berries. I don't know, but I've used them in my previous video as well, and I really, really love them. They are my favorite this winter, I think. I'm using some liquid adhesive to adhere these to the top circle, and then I added some foam tape to the back of the little berries, and then I'm also adding a pink berry, which is popped up as well on top of the red one. And I just created two clusters around the circle, and that's it basically. I mean, of course you could add many other things, enamel dots. You could make this a more complex card. I just wanted to create a few simple cards today. And just for another pop of red, I added some twine at the top. And then I'm moving on to the next card. Here I'm going to use the pink, light pink colored one, and I die cut a circle out of it because I want to turn this into a shaker card. First I'm going to add some white cardstock, just like I did before, to my card base, and I will stamp the sentiment directly onto this. And for this one I'm actually using a sentiment from the Winter Wishes stamp set that says Warm Winter Wishes. And to be honest, I'm just using black ink for this. But of course, if you want to make it more festive, you could use gold or silver or any kind of metallic embossing powder. Why I went with black is because I have that black panel in this set. So I just thought adding some black accents on the other cards, that would work well. So here I added some acetate to my window, and now I'm going to add foam tape, and I add 2 layers. I don't know if everybody does this, but for me 2 layers works best, because otherwise I feel like I don't have enough space for the sequence to move around. So I don't know, I figured 2 layers is the best. And then basically all I'm gonna do is add some a mixture of white sequins. I wanted to add color, but I didn't really have ones that I don't know, I didn't quite like any color that I had with this, so I just went with the safe white option. I mean, white always works great for winter themed cards, right? So basically that's all my card is. These are like I don't even know what company this is from. I think probably from Pretty Pink Bosch, I think, but I'm not sure. Okay, and then I'm just adding this on top, and pretty much the card is done. Only a few die cuts. Again, this one is a different die than the previous one. This is a little bit bigger, and I believe this is from the stamp market. Again, I will check which products these are, and I will add them to the description. I played around with the arrangement a bit. I didn't know if I wanted to add it at the bottom or just a bit to the side. So this is what I settled on. And again, I'm using a little bit of foam tape on some of the dots just to have a different dimension and texture there. And to finish off, well, actually, I think this is the end of this card. I'm not adding anything else, not even twine. Yeah, that's it. So this was the third card, right? And now I'm moving on to the fourth with the red. Here I'm using the same big poinsettia from the stamp market. So basically this is almost the same card as the first one, just a little bit of different colors. But because I didn't want to do exactly the same, I decided to first add some white cardstock for my background, sort of, and then trim down the red one so that I have like a strip of white showing. And then I also decided to use the full out piece from my previous card, from the shaker card, because I don't like to waste anything. So I thought I will just add that there under the flower. You cannot really see it much, but it's still a bit of a pop of color. And now I'm adding a sentiment again from the Winter Wishes stamp set. This one says Season's Greetings. It's here from this angle, it's a bit hard to see because of the pattern, but in real life you can read it perfectly fine. And this one I actually managed to line up with the background. I was surprised about that. So of course that is not something you need to do, but I think it was just a happy accident. So for this flower I used white cardstock and the blush one that I used before, and then I'm not just fluffing it up, all the petals. Oh god, sometimes the simplest words don't come to my mind. I also bent up the leaves, and now I'm just going to glue them down, and that will be about it. I will add a pop of red in form of enamel dots, to just like 3 tiny enamel dots in the middle of the flower. I don't know, I just like that pop of color. And then to finish it off, I'm adding a white twine bow at the top. And then I only have one card left, which will be the Citrine color. And with this one, it's also another very simple card. I'm using a different die with this that I also used in my previous video, actually. Holly Jolly. What does it say? I think it just says Holly Jolly. Anyway, first I'm creating this frame. This is also from the stamp market. Again, I'm gonna link it into the description. And I die cut 3, one from color cardstock and 2 from heavyweight white cardstock, and then I'm attaching it to a scrap piece of white. And this again is the Nina cardstock that's just 80 pounds, and it's kind of see-through. I would see the pattern behind it, so I just added one more of white heavyweight cardstock behind it, and then I'm just going to adhere this down. And also Jolly, it's not Holly Jolly. I knew I was saying something wrong. I think this die is from Mama Elephant, but again I'm going to check for sure. And I die cut 3 of these out of white cardstock. I'm layering them up, and I will add this red piece on top. And then I'm just going to adhere this down in the middle of that frame. It's actually, this again is a happy accident. I thought that this is a bit larger, so it would kind of hang over the edge of the frame, but it fits inside it perfectly. It's like the exact same size. And to finish it off, I am going to add a few of these holly leaves and berries at the bottom center of the frame. And then I'm going to be done. So I'm not sure. I mean, these are pretty quick cards if you are in a time crunch, but still they are not just, you know, one layer cards. So maybe if you want to make something relatively quick, then these would be an option. I really love the Houndstooth for any occasion actually, but one of the reasons I really wanted it is Christmas, because I've been hoarding scrapbook paper that had this pattern for all my Christmas crafting, like December daily albums, and but you know, there's not enough scrapbook paper with this pattern, so I really wanted to have this stamp set. I'm really happy about it, but it's very versatile. You can use it for anything really, because it's just so generic. And then the last thing that I do is add red twine at the top, and then I'm done with all these cards. I hope I could inspire you in some way today, and I hope you give something from here a try. And thank you very much for stopping by, and I see you next time. Bye bye.